What's going on, guys? Tyler here. In this video, I'm going to show you guys the 3 things that I think you should implement into your business now. Go ahead and make the initial investment into these things. Get familiar with them. Understand them in and out because you're going to use them a lot in your business. One of them is simply because the sooner you get it in, the more it has time to grow, and we'll talk about that here in a minute. And the other 2 are just by far necessities in this business. There's different levels to them, and I'll cover that, but you know, just stay tuned, watch this thing through, watch it over and over again. We're gonna go in more depth on these things as we move further into the series on kind of getting started in wholesaling real estate and growing your business. But right now, the initial kind of goal of this video is just so that you guys become familiar with them. We talk a little bit about them. You maybe set up your free trials on them or set up your accounts on them, and we kind of go from there, okay? By no means is any of these things needed to start, you know, wholesaling real estate. I want to say that in pretty much any of these introductory videos, you do not need these things, okay? But what I'm focused on and what I'm all about is building the right foundation so that you can scale quicker. But by far, the biggest thing in all of these things is just making sure you have that initial hustle and that drive to continue going. And don't get too wrapped up in all these things. Like, don't get too wrapped up in, oh, what did Tyler say about this? What did Tyler say about that? Because it really doesn't matter. Okay, what matters is that you actually take action and you just press forward. Okay, don't chase shiny objects. Implement these things, use them, and move on. Okay, and get back to the hustle. Okay, so let's hop over to the computer and we'll just start explaining this stuff, guys. Thanks. What's going on, guys? Okay, so different day, same t-shirt, got my coffee. See, coffee, yum, delicious, yummy. Got my coffee, and I haven't been able to get to this. I actually just got done recording this a second ago, and then I realized that I never started my screen recording software. So, yeah, that was fun. So I'm doing it again. So this time I'm hopefully gonna not do the things that I didn't really want to do in the previous video, like go off on tangents about different things. So we're just gonna hop right into it. This time I'm recording, I'm good. Let's do it. So become a beast with these 3 tools. All right. No, I'm not talking about just the Ethernet cable, the car, and the phone. Okay. If I click on those, it goes to another screen. All right. But there's 3 tools here. Like I said in the intro, you don't need these tools to get started, okay? These are things you want to start adding into your business, but I highly recommend you start them sooner than later, okay? Because you want to implement them into your business, and you want to start building out those processes, record, document everything that you've done, and scale as much as you can. Of course, if you're doing this by yourself and you're trying to do it full time, okay, maybe you don't have to worry about the processes as much, okay? There's something you want to document, but like for me, when I first started, I was working full time, 50% of the year travel on my job, and starting out my processes was super important, okay? It was something that I needed to do. I needed to document them because I needed to bring someone onto my team as quickly as possible so that while I was gone, I had the processes in place and I had somebody that could still do my business while I was out and about. And it's paid tenfold because now I freed up a lot of time where now that I am doing this full time, all the processes are already there, and all I got to do if I want to implement and expand is just add another team member. And I get to work on my digital marketing company a lot more, so on. Irrelevant. Let's focus, and let's move on to tool number 1. So that's an RJ45 cable. I'm representing the internet with that. So let's go and click into that. And my very first tool is Investor Carrot. Okay, Investor Carrot is a web service. They are a software as a service, if you will. You basically is a platform, highly edited platform like WordPress. It's WordPress on the back end, but Investor Carrot has done a bunch of ninja stuff to turn it into a real estate investors, a real estate agent, and buyers. Basically, it's just awesome. Okay, my first week into having Investor Carrot before the site, I had built my own site originally. I built it in Python. I'm not gonna go do all techie, but I built it in Python. I spent probably I don't know, hours upon hours building it. It had this whole back end. It was super awesome. Some super I'm super process driven. You shouldn't be as process driven as I am in the beginning. Just trickle these things in here, okay? I'm gonna give you guys the knowledge on the things that I did too much of and not enough of. Okay, and one of those things I spent too much time trying to build out this cool platform where my buyers could have this whole back end and see all this crazy stuff. And I didn't focus enough on like SEO type stuff, because when you build a custom application like that, it's not really relevant. It takes a long time to build SEO. What Investor Carrot has done is they've built this platform, and because Investor Carrot is what it is now a Google, it's now ranked well in Google as itself, just like YouTube is stupid ranked in Google. If you search anything in Google, what do you see right away? Yeah, YouTube video. That's because websites, I'm not gonna go into whole SEO kind of spiel here, but websites are basically, they have different rankings, obviously, inside of Google, where it's called domain dominance. So a YouTube domain obviously has huge dominance over, say if I were to create a, I don't know, waterbottle.com, and it was a video platform where people could upload their videos. My waterbottle.com website would have not near the domain dominance as YouTube. YouTube has thousands and millions of videos on it, you know, just so many videos, and it's been out there for so long. It's been in the internet for a very long time, so therefore it has a lot of dominance. So by posting a video on there about your company, by making an Instagram account, by creating an Investor Carrot website, Investor Carrot, the YouTube knows that you have an Investor Carrot website because you are a subdomain of overall Investor Carrot. You are whatever your company name is, .investorcarrot.com, and then what you do is you take your domain name that you purchase from what I recommend, Namecheap, and you basically overlay that on top of it, so that from the external, outside of, you know, on the outside, people can search that name, and it goes through, you know, it searches the internet for the name. I was about to go in like super techie. And they search it, it comes up, and they see your domain name rather than the subdomain that is truly what Investor Carrot is serving. So, but Google sees all that, and it knows that it has dominance. Not only that, but you're coming out of the box with such heavy keywords and the ability to rank really well. Depending on your market, it's gonna differ. For me, I had first rankings relatively quickly, and I've been using Investor Carrot since I think May. I switched over to Investor Carrot, and I would never go back. It'll always be something in my business. I can't wait to go to Carrot Camp, meet the crew. I've even applied to work there from home while I do my real estate business, just because I believe in everything they're doing. I think they're super awesome, and I hope you guys see this Investor Carrot because you guys are sweet. So moving on, driving around. Obviously, driving for dollars is my next thing. If you're going to be doing driving for dollars and it's a big part of your business, my guys have a rule or a KPI to do at least 10 properties per week. My area is kind of a unique area when it comes to driving for dollars. So we're not as heavy on driving for dollars as a lot of other areas. If you're in like Chicago, or you're in, you know, St. Louis, or, you know, Pittsburgh, or some of these other areas, you know, you really, driving for dollars is huge. Orlando, like, driving for dollars would be a lot more prevalent. In my area, just because of the way our land layout is, it's not as huge, so my KPI is much smaller. I wish it could be around 20 properties a week, or 20 properties a day, like some of these crazy people. They're able to do, some of these companies, other wholesalers, they do 100 a week, like driving for dollars, and it's just not possible here for me. So instead we compensate by overlapping, and I'll go into that in another video. So Deal Machine. Deal Machine is the tool that I recommend you highly get for driving for dollars. If it's a little bit on the pricier side, by the way, Investor Carrot has like different plans. I think it goes from, I want to say like $40 up to like $150, I want to say, or something like that for their plans. But just start out at the lowest plan. You don't have to get the full plan right away. Start at the lowest one, get everything set up. A domain's gonna cost you about $7 to $10 from Namecheap. I'll go and I'll create a whole nother video on how to create a wholesaling website. I'll do that. Shut up, Facebook. Nevertheless, Deal Machine is $49 a month, plus you have to pay for your mail, but it's super awesome. You take a photo of a property, it brings it up on your phone, it parses the GIS, the Geospatial Information System from your local county, and shows the owner of that property when they bought that property and so on. Where they get their data from is sometimes not up to date with your local area though. Sometimes there's a little bit of a spread there. But the big thing is that you can send them mail right away. It sends pretty quickly. It's a photo of the property. I've had people call me about it all the time. I even just had, it was my fail, I just had someone yesterday send me a text message with a photo of a post on Facebook about a property that is for sale. It's a piece of land. And I would call them and I was talking to them and I was like, Lee Street, why does Lee Street sound so familiar? Turned out they've actually received 2 mail pieces so far from Deal Machine from me. And a lot of times it takes between 3 to upward of 12 touches on a piece of mail. It just really depends on the market. But I highly recommend that if you're going to do driving for dollars and you're going to take photos of any property, you're going to write down properties, make sure that when you get back to your house, you go ahead and you skip trace those properties as well. Look them up on either skipgenie.com, which is a paid service as well, or you could just use Yellow Pages, the People Yellow Pages. I think freepeoplesearch.com might be another one. There's tons of them out there. I'll cover a whole nother video on just skip tracing alone. So go ahead and skip trace them as well and try and get in contact with them, because I lost that deal and that was a piece of property I could have easily sold to a builder, could have easily signed that contract. So that was something, I mean, a smack in the face really, but you take advantage of the situation. You let them know like, hey, okay, no problem. That's awesome that you found a buyer right away on Facebook. I mean, she was going to either way. But if you have any other properties you hear about, I pay referrals. So if you find something and I buy it, I'll go ahead and throw you some money. So, and then she ended up responding back with, actually know someone trying to sell 2 acres up north. I'll ask them about it tomorrow. So who knows, right? Everything comes around in one way or another. So Deal Machine, look into it and implement it into your business. It's not something you need to do right away, just like Investor Carrot. What you can do right away on as far as internet's concerned is still make that Facebook profile, get your images up there, post on there at least once a week, as well as your Instagram account, kind of be fluent there. I think I have like 20 some followers or something small on my Instagram account. But it's just naturally from me doing my Facebook advertising. I also advertise those ads on Instagram, which naturally gives me, my throat's getting dry. It gives me Instagram followers, but that kind of helps. It helps you build an overall presence. But those things, in the nature of our business, we're not going to have like a massive Instagram or a massive, Facebook pages for our business. It's just not really the nature, but it's good to grow. So Deal Machine. Okay, that was number 2. Number 3 deals with phones, CallRail, okay? Make sure you guys get CallRail. CallRail is super important. It is the #1 thing you should have in your business right now. Do not use Google Voice. I can promise you, as a cybersecurity engineer, by my day trade and my actual career was in, Google Voice is something that if you really don't want people to be able to find you, do not use Google Voice, because I can promise you they can find you with Google Voice. It is not something that is super secure. It's also a lot of latency in it, in my opinion, depending on what location you're in and what servers you're using and all that kind of nonsense. But CallRail is the best. It's only like $25 a month. You get 10 numbers off the bat. It does amazing analytics. All of my numbers, every one of my campaigns, my marketing campaigns, have a CallRail number to go with it. Every one of my lists that I pull has a CallRail number to go with it. It is in the middle of my marketing. I have my, I don't want to go into it, but you have Mojo, you have CallRail, and then you have the number that is being called. It's just right there in the middle, capturing all the information that we use for analytics. So super important. CallRail, get it. Don't not have it. It is super important to have in your business to implement and use. I will be delving into all 3 of these tools and creating their own mini series for each one on how I'm using them in my business. There will be a cold calling session. God, someone would just stop blowing me up on Facebook. There will be, micro videos for each of these. So I don't want to make this a super long video. I've already made it longer than I wanted to. But if you implement these 3 tools into your business over the course of your first, hold on a second, seriously. Okay. If you implement these into your business, I promise you, over the course of your first 3 months, get those first deals, implement, Investor Carrot, and create your brand with your Investor Carrot. The thing you can do for the web outside of the Investor Carrot is go ahead and buy your domain name, okay? And then you can use Namecheap for that. And when you buy your domain name, go ahead and get a G Suite account. You can actually do that through Namecheap. I do not prefer it through Namecheap. I'll do a whole nother video on this, okay? Just so watch out for that. But I don't recommend Namecheap's G Suite integration just because it gives you some hiccups if you forget your password or anything like that. But what you can do is you set up your domain name with G Suite, and then you can have a nice professional email like Tyler at my company FloridaCashRealEstate.com, right? So and you don't have to have a website to have a professional email. So I recommend you have that. When you get a G Suite account, whenever you add anyone into your business, you can all have integrated calendars, Google Drives, and everything like that. And I'll kind of go into that whole flow of how all that works in another video. But that's it, guys. Hopefully this was of use for you. If it was, go ahead and smash those like buttons. I think there's only one like button, so smash the like button. Hit that subscribe button if you want to see more good content. If you think this is good content, I don't really know. I'm just trying to help out. Besides that, guys, I think if you hit that bell, you'll get notifications on your phone or in your account whenever I do post a video. Otherwise, you might not see it. So I really appreciate that. And besides that, guys, I'll post the links of of all these in the description, so you can go ahead and follow those and head over to those locations. I think that's it, guys. So hopefully this helped you guys. I will see you guys in the next video.